Happy Sunday savings, everybody. I'm Laura and I'm from Budget RX, and I'm a 40-year-old med student traveling around the United States right now, doing my away rotations, trying out for a bunch of residency programs. So I'm in my 4th year of medical school and I'm about to graduate as a physician. Very excited about that. But first, I want to get down this money thing. So today, why don't we get some savings done? So today we're going to save $212. Now, in addition to the $212 I'm saving today, I also have $41 going to Monday Minis, which you'll see tomorrow, and then another $18 that goes to the YouTube Hop, which I have linked down in the description. You can check that out. You'll also see a little bit of that later. Okay, so let's get started. So first we'll start with my 118 envelope challenge. So I'm sure you've seen the 100 envelope challenge. Mine's a little different. I added 18 envelopes because I wanted to save for every element of the periodic table of elements, because that will save me around $7,000, and that's kind of what I'm going for this particular challenge. I'm saving for all the money that I'm going to need to move for residency, which can be quite expensive with first, last deposit, moving stuff, etc. So today we're going to save, let's see, $130, and we're going to save for 2 different elements, element 101 and element 29. So element 101 is okay, so I'm not very good at pronouncing all of these like crazy ones. So an element you may have heard of is like hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen. This one is one that was discovered more recently, and I have this book to kind of teach us about these elements. So this one, okay, this one is called mendelevium, and it's named after the scientist Mendeleev. So I wrote out exactly how to say it. So Dmitri Mendeleev was the founding father of the modern periodic table. So this element was named after him. He wasn't the one who discovered it, but they named it after him because he was so influential. If you're anything of an alcohol drinker or interested in facts about alcohol, he also set the standard strength of vodka as 40%. So that's a fun fact for you, for all you vodka drinkers. So this element was made in 1955. They basically like took a bunch of alpha particles and bombarded another element to create this particular element. So now it's made by slamming ions of argon into a bismuth target. So, you know, if that is something that you wanted to know, which I didn't. So that's element 101. And let's mark that. Element 101. Mendelevium. Okay, and then number 29 is a medically relevant element, just like last week's. Last week we did zinc, talked about some medical implications of zinc. This week we're going to talk about copper. Super interesting. So it's really good for conductivity because of the way that that particular element's electrons react. So copper is used in wires, most people know that. It is also important in the body's creation of the fight or flight hormone adrenaline. So that hormone, you've probably heard of adrenaline. It helps speed up your body so you can do things very quickly and like get away from something that's dangerous, or to help you make that kill so you can eat and feed your family. It also helps make dopamine. Dopamine, I think a lot of you use that word talking about what you get from being able to save money. It, like Lady Di always says, like it dumps the dopamine. So dopamine helps you feel good. It helps you feel motivated and fulfilled. So that's a good aspect. Copper you can find in seafood. That's a good place, and that actually like brings me to one of the interesting aspects of copper. So in human blood and in most mammalian blood, we use iron. So there's iron in our blood cells to help us transport oxygen around our body and like deliver it where it needs to go, right? So in certain creatures, instead of using oxygen to help, or instead of using iron to transport oxygen, they use copper. And it doesn't even have to be in a specialized cell, it just flows in the blood of these animals. So crabs, lobsters, octopi, and spiders are examples of animals that have blood or get their oxygen transported to them via copper instead of iron. So that's element 29. And now I don't want to forget to actually stuff the money. So let's make sure to do that. So 29. 28, 29 is going to be in 20 and a 5 and 2 2s. Okay, and I want it to have the face out. Yeah, like that. And then we go to 101 for Mendelevium, right here, and that's going to be a 100 and a 1. And now we get to go into my savings box, because I don't actually use many binders in my savings, at least not yet, because I really like boxes. So I'll show you my savings box. So this is my little dashboard with my savings goals on them. I'm saving monthly for a big trip when I graduate, and then I'm trying to save $1,000 for an emergency fund, and then I'm trying to save for that moving. So far, you know, I'm putting a jewel down basically every time I meet one of those. All right, so for monthly, I'm gonna put in $50. And that makes 100 so far for this month. And so let's color this 25. And this 25. Okay, so this is a savings challenge. It's a roll and save, and it is actually by Life Over Debt. And the person behind Life Over Debt, she recently announced that she went through a really horrific tragedy. And I'd encourage you to go over to that channel and just offer your support. Maybe if you haven't already subscribed to her channel, like subscribe. Her videos are great. She's probably not going to make any for a little while as she heals and helps support her community and her family in healing. But yeah, I'm very sad for her, and I'm sending positive vibes in her direction. Right now, the rotation that I'm in at the hospital is actually an autopsy rotation. It's autopsy and neuropathology. So I am seeing death every day, and it's really made me think a lot about making sure that I am telling the people that I love them, that I am spending my life in the way that I should. And yeah, so I just want to encourage everybody to hug the people that they love and make sure that they're living intentionally. They're not wasting wasting their precious time. So yeah, so $6 was owed on this. And we're gonna do a 5 and a 1. And that makes 5, 7, 9, and 10 saved in this challenge for this month. And then we're going to roll for the next 2. Okay, I'm gonna make this a roll 2. 5 and 6 is 11. So that means that next week I will owe 11. Okay, now we're going to play block drop. So block drop, if you haven't played it before, is basically like a Tetris game, and you got to play it with, so you can randomly pick a color, and then whichever piece corresponds to that color is the one that you try to put down. Blue and green, okay. So what I do, since I don't have the colored die, I just take 1 dice for each color. I put it in this bag, and then I pick one out at random. And I've allocated $10 to play this today, and I'm not gonna do IOUs because I don't like IOUs. Okay, so I got a pink. Okay, I guess I'll do this one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It was 7, so that means there's going to be 3 left, and we'll do a 5 and a 2, and that means this month so far we have saved 10, 15, 12, 17, 19. Now I clear out all of my savings challenges every month, so I know how much I'm saving each month. Okay, and then, so we did that, we did life over debt. Okay, save with Judy. So Save with Judy is a weekly challenge on Save with Judy's channel. I love her videos so much, and I think she's just so great. But anyway, so today she saved, what she does is she has some cards with different numbers on them, and she picks for each thing that you color how much money you save. And so today the total was 14, and I had allocated 16, so that leaves $2. So yeah, so 14. This is what we had before. It's 10 or 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 14. And okay, so that means so far I've saved 10, 15, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 29, 30, 31. Okay. Now, next week I'm going to not stuff Save with Judy, and I'm gonna wait to see what the amount is and just save straight for that. I don't like having to wait for the video anyway, and so this way I'm just gonna be 1 week behind. And I'm also gonna add another Save With Me challenge, and I'm gonna do the same thing for that, and that's the Two Sister Bees Hello Honey. And so this week I'm gonna be saving $14 for that next week, so you'll see that. Okay, so that was Save with Judy, and we had leftover 2 from that. We also had a leftover 3 from Drop Block, so we get to put $5 in the leftover $1 challenges. Yes. So far this month, we will have saved 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 in this $1 challenge, which I got from Breathe and Budget. Okay, and then here's the money for my Monday minis. I'll be doing that tomorrow. And thanks for sticking around, and I hope that you've had a great weekend and you've saved lots of money in your savings challenges. Please subscribe and comment and say hi, and I'll see you next week. Bye.